All right, hello everybody, and peace of Christ to all of you. I hope my voice coming good and clear. Please invite your friends, and don't forget to download the video right after we finish. Today, our topic about money, money, money. It's a song we heard long time ago from a team. It's called ABBA. Money, money, money. Now, why people sing for money? Why people they worship money? The answer is very simple. Money, what we learn from this life, that by money we can get things we need and even more than what we need. By money we can enslave people, we can control, we can be rulers, we can be kings, we can be whatever we like to be. We can destroy life, we can save life, we can take life. Money do a lot. And the human being understood what money is about. And this is why the whole world is running after money. However, religion is no different. Religion, and hardly you can find something that's called religion, is not connected to money. What Jesus, our Lord, he said about money? Is he a person who encouraged us to save money, to save a treasure for tomorrow? He said, look at the birds, who they have no worry. The birds, they don't, they don't have really storages of money and security. They are birds. They live for today. They go and pick up some food and bring it to their babies. So we have totally different messages in Christianity from what Islam speak about. The Messiah, he said that you cannot worship two masters. You cannot worship two masters. You cannot work for both. Work for both here mean, you serve who? You cannot serve two masters. For they don't match. The money and God, they don't match. And that is clear what he meant. That either you are with God, you serve God, or you serve money. The second you serve money, you are not serving God. And that's mean that God and enemy, they are not in the same, let us say, direction. It is two opposite direction. But this is not the scenario in Islam. In Islam, you serve Allah when you serve money. And today we will focus in this issue. Now there is many verses in the Bible speaking, Jesus speaking about that money will not help you, money will not save you, etc. And but the clear message is you cannot serve two masters. The second you are a person who is after money, you have a master, and that master is the money. In Islam, the story is different. In Islam, Allah himself, he need money. Allah himself, he promised heaven for those who give him money. Now for sure Allah is not a person who exists. Allah is a fake God. Who is the one who will get the money? That's Muhammad. So Muhammad, he convinced the Muslims that if you give me money, you are giving a mortgage to Allah. And he was using his God, as always, for the sake of generating money. So Muhammad, and this is very smart, by the way. This very smart and very evil in the same time. So you will not say, okay, I am the one who's asking you to give me. No, it's Allah. I'm telling you what Allah said. So now you are not just thinking about making a donation to Muhammad. No, don't you want to save yourself? Do you want to save yourself or not? So you have to give a mortgage to Allah, and Allah will pay you back in heaven. And who is the one who will collect the money? It is Muhammad. And Muhammad, he keep using that all over the Quran. Even he was asking the Jews that you should give me money too, because God, he order you to give money to the messengers. You have to support them with money. You see here the translation says, and then my messenger to support them. But in fact it says, وَأَقْرَضْتُمُ اللَّهُ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا, and we gave Allah a kindly loan. So by giving the messengers money, you are giving Allah a kindly loan. Okay. Why Allah don't give the messengers loan? Can't Allah sponsor his messengers? Chapter 57 verse number 11. He who lend Allah a godly loan, a goodly loan, Allah will double it for him, and he will rich him in reward. Allah will make you rich. Just give him the money. Allah, he is in need and he is begging for money. Again, who is the one who will collect the money? Muhammad. The Muslim, they might say to you, oh, this is a charity. Well, hold on. I mean, charity, you don't keep saying, just say, give it charity. Give it charity, and that's it. Give it to the poor. Don't give it to Muhammad. If you see somebody is poor, feed him. Jesus says, if somebody asks you, give him. If ask you for your coat, give him your dress. And here this is about helping the needy, not just giving people your stuff. I mean, we are not crazy people. You go on the street, somebody says, give me your coat. And then Muhammad, he go further with giving money, to the point he claimed that if you give him money, Allah will not only reward you in heaven, but he will grant you forgiveness. Do you see it? And here we need to ask ourselves, can we bribe God? Like now, if you gave the nation to Christian prince, God will forgive you from your sin. That is silly. That is really silly. What forgiveness have to do with giving money to somebody? You cannot bribe God. You will be forgiven for reasons. In Christianity, when the Lord, he taught us how to pray, they ask him how to pray, he says, say like this, our Father art of heaven. And there is something important in that prayer where he says, forgive to us the same as we forgive to others. So the first reasoning for forgiveness in Christianity is we forgive to others so we might be forgiven, not because we give money. You know what I mean? In order to be forgiven by the Messiah, by our Lord, the first condition is to forgive. You don't deserve forgiveness. Why I want to forgive you if you don't even forgive to others? You don't deserve it. So you're asking me to forgive you, but you don't want to treat the same people like, I mean, somebody hurt you, forgive him. You hurt me, you asked me to forgive you, so you don't forgive. Why I will forgive you? Not is because of you paid money to Jesus, you will be forgiven. What Muhammad here is saying, that if you give me money, Allah will grant you forgiveness. Allah will grant you this forgiveness. And that, obviously is far away from the truth. And Muhammad always, he used to scare people, to make them pay money. He is a professional scammer. If you remember, when Muhammad, he made a speech to the women, saying to them, I saw that most of you are going to be in hellfire. What was the solution? How those women, they can be saved from hellfire according to Muhammad? Very simple. Give alms. All those hadiths says the same. Give Muhammad money. Give him your earring. Hmm? Give him your earring. Give him your money. If you give Muhammad money, then you women, you will not go to heaven. You will not go to hell. All those references in front of us. Muhammad right away he says, "Oh women, most of you are going to go to hellfire. So give alms." Give alms to who? To Muhammad. And Bilal, he start collecting the earring and the rings of those women, golden earring, silver earring, golden rings from those poor women, because Muhammad he convinced them that most of you are going to go to hellfire. So give us your earring. Give us your earring if you don't want to go to hellfire. And Muhammad here actually he confirmed that women they are, you know, half a brain. And one of the reasons they are going to go to hell for they are half a brain. And because she have her period, which is very stupid. Very stupid. Uh, and the whole purpose of this speech is to make women give their earring and their rings, scaring them, saying to them, you will end in hellfire. So you want to be saved? Give us your money. Now, if Muhammad he saw that the majority of women they will go to hellfire, what giving earring will do to the women? Is that it changed her? No. You see the sick mentality. You see that what's wrong with this logic. Let us say Muhammad he saw us. We are a group of people sitting here, and he says, "Oh, I saw that most of you will go to hellfire," and then he says, "Give us your arms." What does that mean? Just by giving you some earring and rings, we will not go to hellfire now? Nothing changed on us. We are still the same. We did not change the way we do things. Women, they still women. They still have their period. So why they will go to hell? They will not go to hellfire no more if we give their earring. Simply because if you give your earring, now you are Muhammad. He grant you forgiveness. That's it. There is a hadith I'm trying to find. Let me see. Why Jesus did not say, if you give me your money, then you are going to be forgiven, forgiven. Why Jesus did not have the same logic? If the Muslim they say that Jesus, which is Isa for them, which is a really wrong name, uh, that Christians and Jews they have the same God. So why in the God of Islam, if you give some money, you are going to go to heaven, and you give it to the Prophet, but if you give it to if you don't give, then you go to hell. And why women they will go to hell? Just because they have their period, because they have half a brain. If the women have their period, that's mean if that is a defect in religion. That's what Muhammad said, a defect in the religion. So if this is a defect in religion, isn't it Allah who made them with the period? And since when having a period will make you a bad person? Look here what happened in this hadith here. He commanded them to fear Allah. Why? Because he said to them in the beginning, he was working with Bilal, his slave, and then he says to the women, directly speaking to women, then he moved away and he went to the women, and Bilal was with him. Bilal is the money bag. He is a slave who collect money from those who Muhammad he scam. He commanded them to fear Allah and exhorted them and remind them. He praised and glorified Allah, and he urged them to obey Allah. And then he said, give it charity, for most of you are the fuel of hell. A lowly woman with dark spot in her cheeks said, why, messenger of Allah, we are going to go to hell? He said, you complain a great deal and you are ungrateful for your husband. And then the women, they started taking off their necklace, earring and rings, throwing them to Bilal. Do you see it? So he scared those women, those poor women, and you are going to go to hell. You are the fuel of hellfire. And right away, those poor women, they start grabbing their necklace, their earring, their rings, and they throw it into Muhammad, in the garment of Bilal. This is a very well-known strategy by all cult leaders. If you listen to, there's many TV stations, they claim to be Christian stations. They are the same as Muhammad. Call right now and make a donation, receive the blessing of God. Call right now. Like if you don't call right now, you will not receive the blessing of God. You know, like now you call now and you make a donation now. All right. So always fake people, they try to convince you that if you give us money, God forgive you, as if he is saying to you, you can't bribe God. But that's not true. Nobody can bribe God. We have a brother here, he posted a verse from the Bible. Yeah, actually he just posted a verse for us. You guys, you can read it in Psalm 49. Thank you for that verse. So you cannot bribe God. You cannot earn forgiveness by giving money to someone he claimed that he is the one who present God. And here Muhammad, if you think about it, when those poor women, they are Bedouin women, poor women, they start taking their earring. Do you know what is that? What those earring and the jewelries they have for them? I mean, this is their saving. At that time, people, they don't have really. I mean, there is no bank. There's no. This is the saving of the women. The husband, he marry her. Before the marriage, he buy her some jewelries based on what he can afford, and then she wear it all, and she live with it. She sleep with it because there is no security. There is not like houses is the door, you can push it with your foot if there's a door actually. So those women, this is their security, this is their saving. And now you see he is targeting women, as just because you are a woman, you are guilty. He didn't say, oh men, he's talking to women. And those poor women, they start throwing their earring and their rings. Here we notice Muhammad used the strategy of fear. The strategy of fear is very simple, that you are going to go to hellfire, and if you don't do that, which means give me money, you will go guaranteed. But if you give me the money, then you might go to heaven, because I going to connect, I will pray in your behalf. And actually Muhammad, he said that in the Quran. Muhammad, he says, if you want to meet the Prophet, which means Allah, suppose he's speaking, oh you believe, when you consult Messenger of Allah in private, spend something in charity before your private consultation. So you guys, if you want to talk to Christian Prince in the private, you have to pay. If I am Muhammad, you have to pay me, Muhammad, You have to pay me as Muhammad money, otherwise I will not talk to you in private. Anyone remember that Jesus refused to meet somebody unless he pay him first? Do you know how much money Jesus can make? A person who can raise people from death, a person who can make the blind see, a person who can heal any illness by a touch. How much money he can make? You can imagine? Imagine if Jesus now he opened a clinic in this miserable earth. How many millions and billions of people they will attend the clinic of Jesus? Healing is guaranteed, perfect healing, and it's for free. Muhammad, who healed no one, who has no miracles, yet if you want to speak to him in a private consultation, you have to give him money. There's a verse in the Quran, and I don't know if any of you remember it, where Muhammad he kicked a man because he is poor from his house. The chapter of Abasa wa Tawalla. There's a chapter in the Quran, chapter 80 verse number 1. It says that the Prophet gave a bad face to a man. Who is this man? He is a blind man. But why? What for? The answer can be shown in the Islamic interpretation. You see, we don't use a Christian interpretation. The Muslim, they will say, oh, you know, this is a Christian Prince interpretation. He's lying, brother. He's lying, brother. He's lying. No, I'm not lying, my friend. I'm not. This is your tafsir, and we will show it in the screen. Muhammad was busy with a bunch of businessmen. This is the book. It's called Asbab al-Nuzul, which means the reason for the verses to come down. This is official Islamic government of the Kingdom of Jordan. Muhammad, when Ibn Maktoum, who is a blind man, he come to meet him. Muhammad was speaking to the highest men of the tribe of Quraysh, the rich men. He was meeting with Utbah and Abu Jahl, Ibn Hisham, and Abbas, etc. So they supposedly he is meeting with people who they are important, hoping that they will embrace Islam. Ibn Maktoum stood up and said, "O Messenger of Allah, teach me of that which Allah has taught you." He kept requesting and repeating his request, not knowing that he is busy dealing with someone else. Busy dealing with someone else? What does that mean? Well, the guy is asking you, teach me about Allah. This is an answer, should be a benefit for all of those. He is trying to convince people to convert to Islam, right? So this is still in the topic. It's not a change in the topic. But just because he is a poor blind man, Muhammad, he don't want to answer, and he kicked him out of his house. That is not a behavior of a person, anyone claim that he is a messenger of God. Why a man who is a messenger of God want to do such a thing? Shall we go to Ibn Kathir and see what Ibn Kathir will say about this? We can go to Ibn Kathir and try to find out in the English of Ibn Kathir, which is different always from the Arabic. But let us see, let's get them busted. This is Ibn Kathir, chapter 80, verse number 1. All right. Do you see it says here he was addressing one of the leaders of Quraysh, rich men, leaders, businessmen. He's trying to make them accept Islam. So Muhammad here in this verse, and this is the Muslim interpretation, saying that if you are a poor blind man, Muhammad, he will kick your ass. And if you are a rich man, Muhammad, he will give you all the time you need because you are a leader. Ibn Maktoum, who was from the earliest people to accept Islam, yet Muhammad, he kicked his ass and he was rude to him. Even the Quran confirmed that. But somebody might say, okay, why the Quran reporting the story? After Muhammad he did that, people, the same people who Muhammad was meeting them, they start saying, look at this guy, he claimed to be a prophet of God, yet he was rude with the blind man who believe in him. You know what I mean? Because they witnessed this. They witnessed that the Muhammad, if he is a good man, trying to convince us that he is a prophet of God, how a good man he will do what he did to the blind man in front of our eyes. So Muhammad, in order to wash his hands from being guilty, he make a verse saying, Allah says to me, why you did that? This is wrong. Do you see the evil of Muhammad? He make verses supposedly God saying to Muhammad, why you did that? The Muslim, they say to us, Muhammad was the most noble person. He was the most amazing person. I never saw a noble person. He will kick the ass of somebody he is blind, because that will be against his nature, regardless if he is busy or not busy. A blind man asking you do that to him? And actually, this blind man, he helped Muhammad to fabricate Quran. If you remember, when Muhammad he speak about that those who go for jihad, Muhammad was speaking about those who go to jihad, and Muhammad he mentioned that there is certain people, there is no sin on them if they don't join jihad. Okay, but when Muhammad he mentioned that, Muhammad he forgot to mention the blind. Ibn Maktoum, he said to him, and what about us the blind? So Muhammad he added to the Quran right in the spot when the guy was just sitting next to him, and we can show you the reference, which is proving Muhammad to be a false. The guy he just said to you, what about the blind? If we go to the verse, chapter 24, verse number 61. So actually this guy, he was a helpful for Muhammad. He made Quran for him, or at least he gave him reasons to make verses. And this is why he added, there's no blame upon the blind, no blame upon etc., because Ibn Maktoum, this person, the same person, he is behind this reason. In different verse, Muhammad he says the following. Read with me carefully, please. Of their goods take arms so that you might purify them and sanctify them and pray in their behalf. Have you ever heard of a religion like this before? Anyone notice here what what is the dangerous about this statement? Who notice? Let us see from you guys. I want you to think with me. What is the problem with this verse? As you see, this is not my translation, this is not my website, this is your Islamic website, this is your Arabic, this is your English. Everything is yours, Muslims. I have nothing to do with it. What is the problem here? Anyone notice? You can bribe Allah, exactly, but how you can bribe Allah? He gave us details. If you pay Muhammad not only he is a prophet, but he will pray in your behalf. Do you see it? You do not need to pray no more. This money you give is going to purify you, sanctify you, and Muhammad now is going to pray in your behalf. So the money you give to Muhammad, Muhammad is in hire. You want to hire Muhammad? Give him money. You don't need to pray, and you are going to be purified, and you are going to be sanctified, and then he will pray in your behalf. If there is more clear proof that this guy is a scam, so imagine I say to you, if you give me money, you don't need to pray. That's it. I will pray on your behalf. Just give us the money. Obviously, this is a scam. We have a Muslim guy. He's saying, "Is this guy is stupid?" Osman, answer us. Okay, maybe I'm stupid. You are smart. Osman, you are a Muslim and you are smart. I never saw a Muslim. He is not smart, by the way. All of them are genius. To the point they believe that there's in heaven, there's a woman. Her ass is 1 mile. Obviously, you are the one who's smart, who believe that God is a vagina vendor, will provide you with 72 women and their legs is wide open like a victory sign, and you will have a 70 years orgasm. So, Mr. Smart, as long we are the stupid one and you are the smart one, explain to us why, if we pay Muhammad, he will pray in our behalf. Do you know, Mr. Smart? Hmm? You are the smart one, we are not. I mean, what we can do? He see a lot of poor people will go to heaven. My friend, he see a lot of people will go to heaven, but yet his best friends, all of them, they are rich. He promised Uthman ibn Affan, and he make him the caliphate after him because simply he is a very filthy rich. Who is the poor people? Muhammad, he bought, you know, the Quran says, look at this. Have you ever heard, not only in Islam, not only you can bribe God, Allah can bribe you too. If you are strong and Allah need you, Allah will bribe you. Look at this verse. Always those who claim to be prophet of God, I mean, they have to make some nice speeches. What they will say, the poor people will go to hell. But obviously, he is always in the side of the rich. If you read this verse look nice, okay. And by the way, here it says وَفِي الرِّقَابِ. It says here in translation, and to free the captive. It doesn't say that. Al-riqab, it says here sadaqat, the alms is given to this and this and this, and to the slave. Nowhere it says free the slaves. Now, but look at this here. وَالْمُؤَلَّفَ قُلُوبَهُمْ. The one, their heart need to be reconciled. Anyone knows what is that about? Anyone knows what this is about? Who here remember what we said before about this verse? Who is the one their hearts are to be reconciled? You believe it or not, Muhammad, he bribed people to convert to Islam. And this is written in their Islamic books, and this is in the Quran too. Abu Sufyan, he was a very important man, a war warrior. His family are they are criminals. Muhammad, he needed them. And actually, because of Abu Sufyan, Islam expanded. Abu Sufyan family is the one who occupy all the Islamic world we know today, not Muhammad. So Muhammad, he bribed Abu Sufyan and his children, and he gave them at least 100 camel each, and gold and silver. How we can prove that? We go to the interpretation, and we go to the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, chapter 9, verse number 60. You see, nothing from my own. Everything I show you is from Islamic websites, and I have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with it. Read carefully. And those whose their heart are to be reconciled, so that they might become a Muslim. So Muhammad, when I give money, he is buying believers, he is buying warriors who they are fighters, the criminals, saying, I will give you money. You see, I take money from people, but I can buy you too. I'm a businessman. How you can make somebody heart go to Islam by giving him money? It's a bribe. So he is saying here, and those who their heart are to be reconciled, so that they might become Muslims, or that Islam might be firmly established. So Muhammad is using those people to establish Islam. Allah cannot establish Islam. He needed their money. He needed those people. So now he is sacrificing money. He's buying them, and then their peers might become Muslims that might defend Muslims. You see, they are warrior. They are criminals. So see, they will defend. They are fighters. And this was Abu Sufyan family. If we go to the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, this is Al-Jalalain. We go to the book of Asbab al-Nuzul. Oh, in Asbab al-Nuzul, not translated. It's gone. Shish kebab. Bingo. You see? Read carefully with me. Read carefully with me. And those who their hearts are to be reconciled, give them gifts such as Abu Sufyan's and his companions. Do you see it? And they were 15 men. 15 men, but they are, they are in charge of many men. They are many fighters. They are very powerful. So Abu Sufyan and his gang, Muhammad, he made them convert to Islam by giving them money. If we go to Ibn Kathir in English, I don't think we will find too much details, but let's try. Chapter 9, verse 60. We cannot find anything. Ibn Kathir in English is gone. There's no Abu Sufyan story at all. It's shish kebab. Disappear. Yeah, we cannot find it as usual. Nothing new. Nothing new. Yeah. So Muhammad, he accept a bribe, and he will pray in your behalf, as we showed you, and he will sanctify you by giving him money, And Muhammad too, he used money the same way he used money for his benefit, promising you going to heaven. He bribed people to convert to Islam, and those who their heart, okay, he could not convince them to convert to Islam. What he can do? Well, give them money. Those people, they like money, so take money and convert to Islam. Now, how Muhammad, he is a prophet of God, and how Allah is God, except that somebody he will convert to Islam by money, paying him money, and that is okay. You know what I mean? Unless this is a pure cult. Guys, forget about Osman. Leave him alone. He's just a kid. Focus with me. Try to learn something good for you. What if I pay somebody to convert to Christianity? Is that really a real conversion? That's fake. That's false. So what? Are we fooling God now? So I give you money, you became a Christian. Are you saved? You're not saved. You're going to go to hell. Actually, me and you will go to hell now. Because you did not convert because you believe. You convert because of the money. So you worship the money. That's why the Bible says you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve money and God. So we have totally two different agenda and totally two different belief. So those naive Christians who says to you, oh, Islam is Abrahamic, Islam is Abrahamic, shame on you. Shame on you. If Muhammad he used some names in his cult, does not make him, or does not make those names belong to him. What if somebody 10 years from now he says, I, a Christian prince, he support me and he accept me, but he is a big fat liar? He can use the name of somebody people they like, and this is exactly what Muhammad did. He brought names which you like so he can make a delicious dish for you. Somebody wanna put a poison in your food, he will put it in your best food, not in the toilet seat. Do we agree? In order to put poison for you, I have to make you believe first that this food is good to eat. I'm not going to put it for you in a piece of ugly all the cheese, smelly cheese, you will throw it in the garbage. I will bring you the best of the cheese. I will bring you the best of the salad. I will bring you the best of the food you eat, you like to eat, and then I will put my poison there. So he brought the names which you like. He brought Musa's, he brought Abraham, he brought even Jesus, supposedly Isa, and he brought Mary, and he brought all the good names, and he put them in his book so you can eat. Otherwise, Muhammad not only far away from Abrahamic belief, Muhammad is anti-Abraham. At the same time, we have tons of evidence that Muhammad he have no answer to debate those who debate him in his time. As an example, the Christian and the Jews, they did not accept Muhammad for a second. And because Muhammad is a liar, he have no answer. So how Muhammad he answered the Christians and the Jews? Using the name of Abraham. Let us show you this verse. Ye people of the book, why dispute ye about Abraham when the law and the gospel were not revealed till after him? Have ye no understanding? Which means, are you stupid? Now look who is stupid here. Muhammad saying to them, you are debating me about Abraham, but you came after Abraham. But is it he is the last one to come? Here you notice that this is cannot be from God. This is from a stupid idiot who have a very low IQ. There's no way God here is refuting the Christians and the Jews, because a stupid God only will say such a thing. If you are the last one, then how you come with such a logic? Ye, why you are disputing about Abraham if you came after Abraham? But you came after the Abraham, after the Jews, after the Christians, and based on your logic, you are the last one who have the right to dispute. You know what I mean, guys? Abbas is saying, why Jesus, he said to the women, dogs. Jesus was quoting what the Jews they say. The children of Israel, they say, don't cast your bread to the dogs, because they insult always their God. Those are the Aramaic people. But for an ignorant like you are saying why Jesus says that. But why you don't ask yourself why Jesus, he said to her, blessed your belief. You have a great faith, and he did miracle for her. Why you did not ask yourself how Jesus, he accepted her? Why you did not say to yourself why the woman, even if she is coming to him and ask him in a miracle nobody can do unless he is God? And as long you are against people to call somebody dog, why your Quran saying that we are the worst of animals? Hypocrite Abdul. The Quran call us all kind of names. Najis, animals, worst of the creatures, evil doers, kuffar, pigs, monkeys, you name it. And then this little tiny creature, he is trying to say why Jesus said dogs. Jesus was quoting what the Jews says. Here, look at this. If Muhammad is a prophet of God and the one is talking here is God, there's no way God will say such a stupid statement. The one who came after, he have no right to dispute with the one who came after him. This is what the verse saying. But based on this, Muhammad is the last one to have the right to dispute. Jihad does not mean holy war. Here we go. Okay, the one who says jihad does not mean holy war, who is the donkey who told you that? Give me his name so I can get him busted. You know, I saw many articles that say jihad is your struggle with yourself, the struggle with fasting. That's a big fat lie. This is yes, there is many meaning for jihad, but the jihad which a Muslims will get a reward with is the one who do go and kill. When somebody come with a statement, there's one of two things will happen to Christian Prince. Either he will laugh at you or he will laugh with you at yourself. The jihad which Muhammad promised the Muslims, the version 4, is going and killing anyone who don't believe in Allah. And the jihad have two parts, either by money for those who cannot go for war, or those who go physically and kill. Now if there is anyone who dare to say I'm lying, please let me know. Actually, why we waste our time? We can get you busted immediately. Here we go. All right. Who is the best of of the Muslims? Who is the best of Muslims? Is the one who do jihad. But who is the one who do jihad? Let us see Muhammad giving us the definition for that. The one who strive in the way of Allah with his wealth and his life. What does that mean? Go down a little bit. He said, a man asked him, O Messenger of Allah, which of the men is the best? He says, a believer who do jihad. The word here fights is jihad. For the donkey who said that, who fights seeking is taking his life and expanding his wealth or spending his wealth in the way of Allah. This is what jihad. Let us see what the Quran said. We have tons of verses about jihad. Kill, 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 kill. Read this carefully with me. Allah has purchased. He what? He has purchased money again of the believer, their life and their money. Their life and their money. For their, between two bracket, in return, is paradise. They fight in his cause, and they slay and are slain. Where is the donkey who says to us that jihad does not mean to holy war? Where is that donkey who said jihad is not a holy war? Put your ears up. You do not need to put your hand up. You know, you're a donkey. Put your ears up. Do you see how they lie to you? Is that a Quran or this is a Christian Prince book? Not only that, Muhammad here, he confirmed that Allah, he purchased you. You are a property of Allah, and your money belong to Muhammad, and your life belong to Muhammad. Muhammad, he can do whatever he want with you. Well, we don't want to change the topic to talk about sex and jihad, but if you want to have tons of reference, you can go and get my book, Sex and Allah. All right, it's 2 volume, have tons of reference about sex and Allah, sex and jihad, sex and Muhammad. Everything have to do with sex. But remember, I did not put in my book everything about sex in Islam, otherwise I have like 10,000 books to finish this topic. So I made them in 2 books summarizing what and the connection of Allah and sex. The same as we are talking here about some evidence of the connection between Allah and money. If there is a Muslim, he is a sheikh, and he think he is not shaky to debate me, please don't hesitate. You can give us your Facebook, post a challenge in your Facebook. I want to debate a Christian Prince, and post your Skype. We will call you immediately, not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. Is that fair, guys? Is that fair? If there is any sheikh, he is not shaked, terrified to debate me. If you have the courage and the knowledge, post in your Facebook, I make a challenge to Christian Prince, and for sure your Facebook will verify who you are. Don't create a Facebook media today just to make this lie, because there's some kids, you know. We want a verified page of Facebook for a sheikh who is willing to debate me. You post it there, you post it here for us, we check it out, we will call you. I will call you immediately. Just give us your Skype. Anyone there? Fight for his cause. Why Allah he need to fight for his cause? Any Muslim can explain why Allah don't fight for his cause? Allah is God, right? If Allah he want, a Muslim, they say if Allah wants something, he say be is going to be. So what the point here saying to us to fight each other, slaying each other? Why you don't solve the problem? You're God. If the purpose is killing the kuffar, you kill them. Why your God Allah cannot kill us? He need you to kill us because he is not exist. This is Muhammad for in you. Allah long time ago he made a threat to people like me, saying to them, if you don't believe in Muhammad, look what we will do to you. What he will do to us? Brother, if you don't believe, brother, in the Prophet Muhammad, brother, Allah is going to erase your eyebrows, and Allah is going to make your mouth close, and your nose is inside your head. Let me show you the interpretation. Chapter 4, verse number 47. Read it, Abdul. The proof that Allah he need you to force people to convert to Islam is in front of you. Allah is a shish kebab. He made a threat to the Christians in the time of Muhammad, not in the judgment day, that if you don't believe in Muhammad, look what I will do to you. What I will do to you? Huh? I will erase the details of your face. I will transform their faces to the back of their heads. By the way, my face now in the back of my head, just to let you know, I'm sitting and my back is to the computer because now my eyes in the back. And we will turn them into animals. Yeah, all of us, we have tails now. Different interpretation. Let's see Al-Jalalain. Read carefully Al-Jalalain. O you who giving the scriptures, which mean Christians and Jews, believe in what we have revealed in the Quran, confirming what is with you of the Torah before you, or we liberate faces, erasing their eyes, their noses, and the eyebrows. And by the way, to be honest with you, in the other day, a policeman, he stopped me. I was driving, and he says, where are your face? I said, I don't have face because Allah, he deleted my eyebrows and my eyes and my nose and my mouth. And not only that, he caused my nose to go inside out, like naps of the necks or a flat plate. And this is why I use my face sometime to put rice in it. Like when I go to overseas, they ask me, do you have a dish with you? I say, no, put it in my face. It's like a dish. A very clear proof that Muhammad is nothing but a scam. He threatened the Christians in his time. You be careful, you better believe in me now. Allah will do this to you soon, the same as he did to the Jews, which means he did it in the past, not in the it's not about tomorrow in the judgment day. This is now, and nothing happened to the Christians. Allah will make my nose inside. That's something. Look at this. A Muslim, he is posting for us this verse. This is the verse always the Muslim they post for you just to fool you. This verse you posted from us, you idiot, it's about the Jews. Muhammad here is saying, he is quoting a verse from the Old Testament, where the verse says, if a person he killed an innocent man. This is from the Old Testament, and this was for the Jews. Why Muslims they love to lie? This is have nothing to do with you. It says there actually, and we order Musas. Why you don't post the verse before it? This is for Musas, not for you. And if we ask the Muslims, by the way, who is an innocent person in Islam? The one who kill an innocent person is the one who kill a believer. If you kill non-believer, he is not an innocent person. Liars will end in fire. And we are here to get you busted. Right? Let me show you. First, by the way, this person, this liar, he did he cut a part of the verse. Did you notice? Did you notice that? Did you notice how he cut a part from the verse? He's a corrupt person. Muslims are corrupt people. Let me take a snapshot of what he posted us, and this is the verse in the Quran. He cut the part where it says we made it obligation for the children of Israel. He cut that from the verse because he didn't want to show you that this was for the Jews, not for him. And Muhammad was quoting the book of the Jews. Do you see it? This is the Quran. Why he cut that part? Why he cut the part where it says the children of Israel? Because this is the whole idea. Islam is a scam. Why you don't cut, why you cut the verse? This is the same verse. Where is the part where it says and we gave that law to the children of Israel? Because you are a liar. Abdul, you cannot play with the Christian prince. I don't even play chess with myself. I will lose. And not only that, the same verse here is still when the Muslims explain it, it says you cannot kill an innocent person which is a Muslim. If a person he is not a Muslim, he is guilty. There's an interview between what his name, this guy in England. England became the nest of terrorists. What his name? I forgot his name. The Pakistani boy. They made an interview with him in the BBC. He says, why you don't condemn the killing of innocent people? He says, yes, first of all, innocent people in Islam is Muslims. Go search it right now. No, not Ali. What Ali was? Ali is just a kid. Andam Shawadri, yeah, Andam Shawadri. He explained it. He is being honest. He says, killing innocent in the Quran mean killing innocent Muslims. If you kill non-Muslims, they are not innocent. The BBC guy, he says to him, you must be kidding me. So are you saying to me those who they are killed, etc., they are guilty? He says, yes, they are guilty because they refuse to accept Islam. And this is exactly what their interpretation says. So they quote for you a verse to mislead you, to misguide you, and to fool you. And there's many stupid idiot out there, they are waiting for being misguided. Why you don't quote for me the verse after it to show you the mercy? The only reward who make war upon Allah. Upon Allah, how you can make war upon Allah? I am in war with Allah. What is the punishment for me? You know, when you see the word war, you think those people are fighting Islam by like taking sword. No, the second you say a statement against Muhammad, you are waging war against Allah. What the punishment? The verse after it. They will never quote this verse for you. We cut their hands, we cut their feet from opposite direction, we crucify them, and we expel them from the land. Have you ever seen a Muslim quoting for you the verse after this verse? They don't quote it. It is just the verse after it. This is the verse, and here we go. This is the verse after. Look what Muhammad said, just to get them more busted. Yeah, this is what I said, that this verse was not for the Muslim. This is a quotation from the Old Testament. Muhammad, all those hadiths saying that I've been ordered to kill all mankind except Muslims. Do you see it? I've been ordered. Here they use the word translation fight. Well, fight what? By zucchini? Fighting by the sword. I've been commanded to fight all the people. All people what? All mankind. Till they declare that there's no God but Allah and Muhammad is the prophet. And if they do that, and they pray as we pray, and they slaughter as we slaughter, and they eat as we eat, and they face the Qibla as we face the Qibla, and they pay the zakat, and blah blah blah, all the condition, and then and only then their blood and their property is secured from my hand. Do you see it? So what is the war? What war we are talking about here? If you don't accept Allah, you are in war with Muhammad. If you don't accept Muhammad as a prophet, you are in war with Muhammad. Even if you accept to say Shahada and you don't pray as Muhammad he order you, he will kill you. Even if you say Shahada and you don't pray in the direction of the Qibla, the Kaaba, he will kill you. If you don't pay the Zakah, he will kill you. Do you see it? Is that my statement? Is that my book? Look how many reference. All of them they are Sahih. All of them they are Sahih. Their blood and their wealth are safe from me. Muhammad is nothing but a gang leader. Why their blood and why you want to take their wealth? Just because you don't accept to say Allah is God and Muhammad is prophet, their wealth is insecure and their blood is free for you? Yes, this is Islam. Not only that, Muhammad he says that people they was victorious by terror. He is a terrorist. From a distance of a month. From a distance of what? From a month. I was victorious by terror in the heart of my enemy. Another hadith. The Prophet says, I have been given 5 things. What Muhammad was given. Let us see what he was given. Number 1, he was victorious by terror. He scared his enemy from a distance of a journey of 1 month. Do you see it? Do you see it? Jesus was not given that. Jesus, if he come to your house, you will be happy. You are safe and you are secure. He will not kill you. Muhammad, you say the name of Muhammad, people are terrified, for he is a terrorist. You see here they translate the word Ra'ab, which means terror, by Awi. So I was victorious by terror from a distance of a 1 month journey. You tell me what kind of a nice person he is, to the point his enemy, they hear about him from a distance of a month and they are terrified. Now we go to the second part of our topic. Go back to the money. Money is not only Muhammad he pay you, money is how Muhammad he buy you. We showed you how Muhammad he bought the family of Abu Sufyan, but what about heaven? Did Allah promise us gold and silver in heaven, and pearls and jewelries? Yes. Read carefully with me. Allah he take your money now, but he promised you money later. Allah will admit those who believe and work righteousness deed, which means killing the Christians, killing the Jews, killing the Hindus, the Buddhas, the atheists, etc. To the garden beneath which rivers flow, they shall be adorned therein with a bracelet of gold and pearls, and their garment made of silk. God wanna give me bracelets made of gold? That is money. Clothes is made of silk? That is money. Pearls, and even the ground will be made from za'faran. The ground in Islam is made from za'faran and jewelries. In chapter 76 verse number 21 it says the following: upon them will be green garment of fine silk and heavy brocade, and they will be adorned with the bracelet of silver. In the other verse, Allah he made a mistake. Anyone remember what the mistake? Anyone remember the mistake? Who noticed the mistake here between the 2 verses we just mentioned? Anyone remember? There's a mistake, clear mistake in the reward. No, one verse saying that you will have gold, and the other verse saying it says a bracelet from silver. Correct? One verse saying that Allah will give you a bracelet from silver. This verse. The verse before it, Allah He says Allah will give you a bracelet from gold. So which one? Here it says asawira min fidda, bracelet of silver. But didn't He say you will have a bracelet from gold? Which one? Did you notice? Allah do not remember what His promise is. So in one verse He says the bracelet will be from gold, in the other verse the bracelet is from silver. And there's a huge difference between bracelet from gold and bracelet from silver. And here you ask yourself, what is the value of gold in heaven? Hmm? What is the value of gold in heaven? What you would do with gold in heaven? I mean, this is the most cheapest city heaven ever. Imagine I give you £1,000,000 of gold and then everything for free. So what we will do with the gold? And Muhammad he says that in the heaven of Allah, your house is made one brick from gold and one brick from silver. If you have a software to do like what they call it, you know, the software they use for engineering, like to design houses, try to build, to make a wall or a house, and try using your software to color the wall with two colors, gold and silver, because one brick is gold, one brick of silver. Okay, and see how ugly it's going to be, how comfortable your eyes will be to live inside such a stupid house. I prefer a cabinet or a cabin made from wood, will be a lot nicer, so friendly, and I will feel like a human inside it. Being inside a box made from metal, that is not a house. Especially it's a shiny wall, gold and silver. How disgusting. Let us go and see some description. We cannot find those hadith in English. Oh boy. Yeah, the embarrassing hadith, they will not be. Let us show. Let us see this verse in the Quran. Look at this description for the heaven. In the hell, there's no food, but in heaven, you will eat as much you want. And then Allah will make your face soft. You see the translation here is false. It says joyful. It's not, it's a lie. It says na'ima. Na'ima. This is literally the translation. And they will be, you know, pleased there. The garden is so high. I like high garden. I mean, I don't like a low garden. There, nobody will do gossiping. And there is a spring of water running. But you remember the yesterday we spoke about two fountains. Now it's one spring. And you will sit in a high throne. By the way, this is a translation is false. It says fi sururin marfu'a, which mean high couches, high beds. This is heaven. I will have a high bed, and then cups. Allah will put cups for you there. I mean, have you ever heard of a heaven like this? وأكواب موضوعة, and cups, like the translation. Let's change the translator. This translation is weird. It look like this guy is using software or something. Let us see. Uh, Here we go. See? And cups set at hands in heaven, my friend. You have cups there. I mean, you enter your kitchen, brother, you have cups. Have you ever heard of God? He's promised me to have cups in heaven. That's God's talking. And brother, we will give you even cushions, and they are in rows. There is many of them, cushions, a lot of cushions. Have you ever heard of a God that promised me a heaven have cushions? I mean, the one is talking there is God. This is Muhammad fooling those poor Arab who sleep in the floor. Hey Abdul, I will give you a cushion. Are you serious, prophet? Yes, brother. I will even give you cups, because those Arab don't have cups. The cups only is in the hand of the Persian and the Roman. Those Arab are desert people. So he promised them cups is even from a glass. And carpet, you will have carpet. A brother, you will have a carpet. And look at the city Muhammad. Suddenly he jumped from I will give you cups and cushions and a throne and beds and flowing water, and then suddenly he says, don't you see how the camel is created? What does have to do with the topic before it? Guys, imagine I'm talking to you now about the topic, and suddenly I says to you, and don't you see how the camel is created? You will say to me, Christian Prince, what this? Why you jump? You were talking about the cushions, the carpet, the furniture in the house of Allah, and suddenly you jump to speak about how the camel is created. What does have to do with this? I mean, this guy, he have a diarrhea. He don't know what he's talking about. And then you say, don't you see how the mountains was nailed in the ground and fixed firm? Really, it's fixed firm. And then he says how the earth he made it flat. You see in the translation it says how it spread out. It says in Arabic how he made it flat, suttihat, like a roof, flat roof. And yet they say to you, Islam makes sense and Islam is a religion. Islam is a crazy, is a cult. What is this? Look at this one. Hold on, let me show you this one. We mentioned that Allah will give you cups, right? Okay, read this one with me. You believe it that this is God talking? First of all, around you, brother, there will be boys. You will be reclining in your bed. Imagine that. Recline in your bed. And you will be facing each other. I mean, look at this description. So brother Abdul Shabir Ali will be facing brother Shamsi. His bed is here, his bed is there, and they are facing each other. And then around them there will be little boys who they are naked, and they are so beautiful like pearls, as in different verse describe them. And they will serve them, those boys, or around them there will be cups and jugs and glasses from a flowing wine. And you ask yourself why somebody want to commit suicide. Hey, look at his life here, it's a disaster. He have to work, go in the work, work as a taxi driver or a truck driver, and spend the whole day driving or doing concrete work to make pennies. He kill himself. He go there. He will find all those boys naked around him and women opening their legs. There's no panty, and each time he have sex with her, Allah, he will make her vagina brand new for him again, and cups and jugs and glasses, and he's wow, that's amazing, brother. And even the fruits, brother, of what you like. And by the way, just to let you know, in the heaven of Allah, there is a great diet. There's no beef, there's no pork, there's no lamb. The only meat is allowed is the flesh of birds. Hmm? This is the open buffet of Allah. Only chicken, no shrimp. That's it. But hold on, actually, somebody here, David Kenwood, he said something important. Guys, the Quran says Allah will give you flesh of birds, right? But do you remember when Muhammad he says the first meal people will go and eat in the heaven? What is this? Who remember? Who remember? David, he just posted. Who remember? The liver of the whale, right? So Muhammad is a liar. The Quran promise you only bird meats. Muhammad he mentioned that in the heaven the first meal you will eat is the liver of the whale. Why the liver of the whale? Who knows? Hmm? Why the liver of the whale? Six. The Arab they believe that if you eat from the liver of the whale you will become a porn star. Remember, now you are going to go to the heaven of Allah, so you need to be ready. So you eat the liver of the whale, your private part will become like takbir. Viagra, thank you very much. And look, actually, this story here is the most hilarious story. A guy, he came to him and he said to him, I came, brother, to ask you a question about the three things nobody knows unless he is a prophet. Hold on. Guys, he's asking him a question about three things nobody knows unless he's a prophet. But the guy, he know the answer. Because later he agree with him. No problem. Nobody knows the answer for it unless he's a prophet. But the guy himself, he know the answer. Let it go. Firstly, what is the first portent of the hour? Secondly, what is the first meal of the people of paradise? Thirdly, what make the baby look like the father? And each answer is hilarious. And then Muhammad he says the first meal, etc. And then look what make the baby look like the father. And if the man, now he explained how the baby look like. If the man discharge proceed the women, then the child resemble the father. And if the women discharge proceed the man, the child resemble the mother. And this is nobody knows the answer for it except the prophet, brother. This is why if I ever get married, I will never have discharge first. I don't want my son to look like me. What a disaster. Even I go to Walmart, everybody leave. Alhamdulillah. I enter a store, everybody's out. I go in the elevator, nobody there. Even the airplane, I am in, even the captain, he leave. Like the airplane is by itself. He hit the parachute and he flee. True story, by the way. This is true story. So now you know how you can have a good looking baby. If your wife, she is good looking and you are not good looking like me, then don't have orgasm first, Abdul first. Hello? The Prophet, he knows best. You found a sheikh, let him post in Skype, he in the, sorry, in the Facebook, that he accepted challenge me, and you know, just give us his Facebook, and he can post there his Facebook account, and we will contact him. Hmm? And Abdul haven't. This is what proves that your prophet is a prophet, because he believed that the first meal of people who enter heaven is a whale liver. Allah will hunt whales. Allah is doing fishing right now. How many whales Allah he need? How many whales Allah he need? We have 1.5 billion Muslims supposedly. How many whales Allah he need to feed them? And those are the one is alive. So if we count those who die, you know, since the time of Islam until now, maybe by now we will have 10 billion. We need a lot of whales. Any Abdul? Yeah, but yeah, maybe Allah would take that whale, the one who carried the earth. Yeah, good one, Andrew. Andrew, he says maybe the whale which is carried the earth. You remember the story, guys? Who remember where we can find uh, the story of the whale which carried the earth? Who remember? Before I put it in the screen, who remember? Which verse is speaking about the whale carrying the earth? Noon. Yeah, but what verse? What chapter? Actually, that chapter is, it should be, actually the chapter name should be chapter Noon, but the Muslim, they change the name, they make it Al-Qalam with a pen. Noon. Noon. It is one of the miracles of, look at the translation, guys. Look at translation. Look at how funny. Noon is one of the miracles of Allah. Why? It's a letter, brother. It's a one letter. This is a miracle of Allah. So if I say noon now, I made a miracle. Noon is an Arabic letter. You see here, noon is not really noon. It's just N, letter N. Let me type it for you in English. It just, this is what it is. What miracle of Allah, you donkey. But because they cannot explain it, it's a miracle, brother. That's it. This is what it says noon. In Arabic, when a letter alone, we give it like a name. So we call it noon. But it's a letter N. That's it. This is a miracle of Allah. Why? Is Allah the one who made this letter? But if we go and to try to find out what this noon mean, you will be really amused. Shall we go and see what noon mean? Just for the sake of education. Chapter 68, verse number 1. Now, if you are a person who suffer from dizziness or some illness, disease, you get dizzy, please don't read this with us, because you will get dizzy, guarantee. Noon. What noon mean? Brother, Ibn Abbas is talking, the cousin of the Prophet himself. And from the narration and the authority of Ibn Abbas, he said, regarding the interpretation of Allah saying noon, noon, he says, Allah swear by noon, which is the whale that carried the earth on its back, and the whale in the water, while in the water, and beneath it there's a bowl, and under the bowl there is a rock, and under the rock there is a dust, and none knows what is under the dust save Allah. Here the knowledge of the scholar stop. Don't ask me more questions. I do not know. I could not go deep in the ocean more than this. That's it. My knowledge arrived to the dust. Under the dust, I do not know. Please don't ask me. So there is a whale is carrying the earth. And who is carrying the whale? There's a ball. The name of the whale is Lewish. And by the way, this is not Lewish Farrakhan. This is different Lewish. And it said its name is Lutaya. And the name of the ball is Bahamut. And some they say that the name is Talahut or Liwana. The whale in the sea is called Adwad. And like a small ball in a huge sea, the sea is an Hollywood rock whereby there is a 4,000 cracks. Even the Muslims were able to count the cracks in the ocean before all the scientists. Look at this. They knew how many cracks down deep the ocean. How they knew that if Allah is not God, brother? 4,000 cracks. Abdul, the 4,000 cracks is in the head of the one who made this chapter, not in the ocean. And from each crack, water spring come out to earth. It's also said that Noon is one of the name of Allah. Hold on. So we start saying that the Noon is a whale, and we end that Noon is Allah Himself. What? 2 lines before it was a whale. Now they change it. And it's also said that it is one of the names of Allah. It stands for the letter Noon in Ar-Rahman. And it's also said, are we done? No. Also say that Noon is an inkwell. Like, what the heck? So it was a whale, and then it became Allah, and now became an inkwell. Allah have an inkwell, in case you do not know. Allah swear by the pen. This pen is made of light. And its light equal to the distance between the heaven and the earth. For sure, Allah will not hold a small pen. Are you stupid or what? His pen will be very big. Very, very big. Oh boy. How many of you feel like converting to Islam? And by the way, supposedly this is interpretation. This guy is explaining. Anyone understand anything now? Is it better before the explanation? I mean, after the explanation, now we are getting more dizzy. So which one is the correct meaning? I mean, this is the interpretation. This is the explanation. And the funny, the Quran says, Allah said that we made the Quran explain the Quran in great details. Are you sure? Are you sure you explained the Quran in great details? I can't tell, brother. Oh boy. Do we have any Abdul have a comment? He just don't agree with us, something? And thus how we explain our ayat. Allah explained them? Are you sure? That's a hell of explanation. That's how we explain, brother. This is how we explain them. This is how we explain our proofs. So you might know, brother. Chapter 6, verse number 98. And this is how we explain details of our revelation. So if the Quran is explained in detail, so why Muslims you are making interpretation what nobody can understand anyway? Any Abdul? All right, I think we will finish for now. And don't forget, please, to download the videos. If you like to learn more about Islam, feel free. You can go to Amazon and search for Christian Prince, and you'll find the list of my books in all languages. And remember, for those who speak Spanish, we have our book in Spanish already out. For again, for those who speak Spanish, and we have in German, we have in Swedish, we have in French, uh, and for sure in English. So if you are a person who care to read and educate yourself, please feel free and get your copy. Now, the reason we ask people to download the videos, because we want you always to have reference, and they are for free. It doesn't cost you money. It's for free. All the time we give here is for free. If there is something I can do more, every day I give many hours of my day for you guys for free. I lose my voice, I spend my time. This is a topic which for me very annoying, by the way. I don't like it, but because there's nobody to replace me, nobody can take my place. Somebody have to clean the garbage, and that is me. Cleaning garbage is not fun, but somebody have to do it. Otherwise, all of us we will get sick. Otherwise, trust me, I am sick of this cult. My head is a library of garbage. Nothing useful. But as you see, sometimes even garbage is useful, because many people, they might be misleaded, misguided, and they've been fooled and to convert to Islam. So I'm using the garbage which is in my head, which is about Allah and Muhammad, to save many people as I can. So please help us. Download the videos, share them. It doesn't cost you money. It just take a click, post it in different place. You can cut them pieces, topic by topic. Like today we mentioned many things. You can make them 15-minute each or 10-minute each. It's up to you. Or you posted the whole thing together. If you speak languages, you can translate the videos, the short videos, make them short. That will make it easier for you, an easier project, and add a subtitle any language you wish. My friend, don't make me feel that I'm wasting my time. I'm here to educate you, so one day you will not be left alone. And one day I will die. All of us we will die. But your child, he will go in the internet, and there's tons and millions of people that are trying to hunt him down, make him believe in such a stupid cult. So what we do here is extremely important. If you see how many messages I receive from people who left Islam, or people who are thinking to convert to Islam, you will not believe it. Same time, you will get the blessing. If a person who leave Islam, or a person who was thinking to convert to Islam, and saw a video you posted, even though it's my video, but because you posted, you receive the blessing of saving a human being life. Yes, you do, because it is you who posted the video there. It was your hand who helped this person to be out of the ocean of hell. So help us, so you might help yourself. You know, many they say, well, Islam is far away from me. What if your child come to you today and he heard a child in the school saying to him Islam is from the true God, and he tried to fool your son? What you will do? How you can refute him? How you can? Already he's brainwashed. It's going to be too late. So share your knowledge with your family, with your friends, even with your children. For sure, each one of them depend in his age. Don't wait until the danger come. Explain what the drugs is, not after what your child take a drugs. Explain what AIDS is, not after your child is get infected. It's too late. What we do here is an extremely for your health and the health of your family and your society. Help us, so the Lord will remember us in his book. Time will come and the Lord will ask me and you, how many hours you spend a day in your life to serve me? How many hours? Sadly, many of us will say not even a minute. Me myself, I have a lot of hours. Still I feel guilty. I feel I can do more, but I wish really I can stay all day long talking. But the more you get older and etc., like you sit in behind the table. I used to sit behind the table for 10 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours, actually sometime even a day or even a day and a half non-stop. But the more older you get, the more harder it get for you to sit. It's not easy. Talking for many hours, you will lose your voice after 2 hours max. Try it. But the Lord is our provider, and the Lord, He give us strength, and I will do as much as I can, but still we need your help so you can be a person in his society, in his community, to transfer the message into something good. So thank you very much for being here. I appreciate all those who support us, either by coming here or even by donation or even by spreading my videos. For by doing what we do, we are helping the world to be better. Better security, better economy. How much money we spend because of Islam for security in airplanes? Your airplane ticket became twice double because they increased the tax due to the security. Billions and trillions of dollars are spent everywhere in the world because of Islam, just for security in the airport alone. So Islam making a huge impact in your lifestyle. You spend now 2 or 3 hours waiting for the airplane. Before the airplane, you have to be there 2 hours in advance at least. So just for the sake of security check, because of Islam, we used to go to the airplane and nobody even asked us what you have in the bag, just before 9/11. So Islam is changing the whole system, because now people, they fear for the security. Even in China, I went in China, you know, they have many incidents where terrorists, they drive with their cars and go over the road and they kill as many as people they can. Even in China, not only in Germany, not only in France. So now you go to France, you go to Germany, you will see there's many roads are blocks. You can't even drive your car through because of Islamic terrorism. So don't think that this is a joke. Maybe it's funny, maybe it's stupid, maybe Islam is garbage in your mind, but for somebody else, this is a holy religion, and he is willing to kill for the sake of his God. So this is a very extreme, dangerous cult in impacting your life, your security, your finance, your business, your work. Many people lose their jobs because of Islam. After 9/11, almost all American airline companies went bankruptcy. Nobody's flying. So be careful, my friend. This is not a joke. Thank you very much for being here. And this is your brother in Christ, Christian Prince, was with you. Remember always that there is no better name than his name. And they can hurt our body, but they cannot kill our soul. We are saved, and he is with us, and he is now listening to us. Every two who mention my name, I will be between them. He is right now listening. We are the followers of the living Christ, and they are followers of the dead Muhammad. Let the dead bury the dead, and we are with the living God. His name is Christ. He is our Lord. Thank you very much. Christ is Lord. Islam is false. And see you soon again. Bye-bye.